So I'm back again. So to continue, why do we need peace in our lives? Well, I equate peace with heaven. I mean, if you're at peace, that means you are fulfilled physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And that to me is equivalent to heaven. Because I was thinking, why on earth are we waiting to die to be able to enjoy that thing? It's simple. Why do we have to wait to die to experience heaven when we can experience it here on earth? Why can't we not create our own heaven on earth? And I was thinking, maybe are we conditioned to think that earth is like just to struggle, to be unhappy, and so that's why you cannot wait to escape this place and go to heaven, to be at peace. When you can live joy at here, now. Yeah, you can. The first thing that you should learn is to, well, the first is obviously to physically take care of yourself. Do not abuse yourself. Do not abuse, meaning if you could avoid excesses like smoking, drinking, drugs, any addiction, basically, you eat healthy food, you twist that thing, and then if you could stay away from all those vices, your body's in shape, and so you will not be, struggling physically. And so, if you're not sick, you could enjoy so many things. You could go somewhere freely, you could be with your family, you could enjoy your friends, you could go anywhere, you could eat anything that is healthy. Just take care of yourself first. That's the first thing. And the second thing is on the mental sphere. How do you do that? Don't think about the past. Just get the lesson. The past is the past. It's over. You cannot do anything. And if you stay there because you cannot do anything, depending on what you are retrieving, it's okay if it's a happy memory, then by all means. But the thing with that also is that there's a downside, which is you cannot enjoy the moment now if you're in the past, even if it's happy. Then you're not enjoying this moment. So you're just catching up. You're not living, and that is not happy. It's like you're missing every time. So what you should do is leave the past behind. Forget it, it's done. But do not forget the lesson. Because those people who's not ready to get the lesson, they will come back again, because that's basically it. It's like you never learn your lesson. When the situation presented itself to you again, of course your programming is the same, because it's the same program. You did not fix anything. Of course you will act the same. And what do you expect if you act the same? Same input, same process, the output is the same. Well, I didn't share that I am a programmer. I'm an IT person, so I have this thing of programming. So I was just thinking, why when we have a problem we are like frozen, we don't know what to do. When we are working, it's like we are thinking quick and we solve problems. So I applied that to my everyday things, and I was thinking, basically I just put it into 3 blocks. Simplest one is like, what's the input, how am I processing it, and what's the output that I want. Do I want the same output or not? If I don't want the same output, I'll go to the program and see what thinking is not helping me, what outdated belief that I'm still holding on, that is at this moment no longer working, because the situation is different. And when the situation is different, you have to upgrade, meaning you have to change the way you think. You have to remove some of the things in the configuration of your life. It could be a place, people, your way of thinking. So you have to figure out what's the ingredient, your variables, and then you must be, to change the output, you must be willing to change the way you do things, the way you think. So, not saying that's easy. It's very, very hard. Even it's very, 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 very hard, because you have to be objective in looking at all the things that is contributing, and the way you process the things. You have to be willing to break your thinking, change it. But once you go through all these things, within the process you change it. You are really willing to change all the things that is not working. You're willing to throw all those limiting beliefs, outdated way of life. Your process will change as well, of course. So what I'm saying is that you have all the power to change your life, to change your outcome. And you must not be accepting everything, because it's your life. It's your life, and you must participate in it. You must be an active participant of your life. You have only one life. You have only one life. So that's the thing. You must be willing to immediately identify this situation. How am I processing it? And am I willing to change it, or still working for me? If it's still working for you, you have nothing to do. So it's just continue. Same business, because you're still happy with the output. But what I'm saying is that if you're no longer happy, it is within your power to change it. And you can change it. You can change it. But you must be willing to put lots of work, be objective, and be brave to do that. And another thing in the mental space is that to live in the moment, nothing else. Because if you're in the moment, at this point, no problem exists. I'm not saying to run away from your problem. Of course, if you have problem, face it. You have to sort it because it will go nowhere. But yeah, you have to face it. But living in a moment, meaning to be thankful of what you have, to be present, to just enjoy just sitting in the park, what you're eating, who you're with, no cell phone. Not thinking about the past, not thinking about the future, which will give you anxiety if you think that you're not in a good place, or anyway, it's not yet happening. Why are you, there's so many possibilities that could happen. Why are you worried about something that is not yet here? So because if you take care of the now, the future will be okay as well. I mean, might not be as good as you think, but it's not as bad as you think as well. But if you're an active participant, you can influence your future by living in the moment, making the correct decisions for yourself. And when you're making the correct decisions, then every step of the way it's building up to your future. So why worry? You're taking off of your future now. The past, just good to look back, but don't stay there. Take the lesson with you. Change the process if you don't want it to be happening again in the now. And that's your mental space, and that thinking will give you the power. That means you're equipped to be not helpless. You're equipped to deal with it, anything you could solve. And the third now, the heart. Sometimes people were saying, "Oh, don't listen to your heart. It will lead you astray." I think the heart is the because if you are in line with your heart, meaning, let's say you like a drawing or something, but in your family, being an artist will not, they have a belief that artists don't make money, and so you were discouraged by the people around you. Well, two things happens if you follow. Well, two things happen. Possibility. If you listen to them, you agree with them, you might be successful to your, maybe you become an engineer, you're an IT person, you have lots of money. But when you have money and things that you want to do, you love art, but you will feel always something is missing. Something is like, once you have money, it's like, it's not the money, because what will you do with the money if you're not happy? It's not, something inside you is telling, this is not what I want. So the things that gives you happiness, you have to follow this whisper in your ears. Or sometimes you might be interested in a person, but that person is, the people around you is saying the same thing. That person is not good for you, but it's this and that, and so many people follow this thing, and in the end they end up not happy. And if you're not happy, you're living with your joys every day. knowing that you made the wrong choice. And that is not heaven, that is hell. But I know that when you follow your heart, anyway, this is your life. Why is everybody making you do what they want? It's not their life. It's your life. Why are you giving them the power to decide on what to do with your life? At least if you fail, it's your decision. And you don't have the regret, the what ifs. So if you don't have regret and the what ifs, you're following your heart. No matter what's the outcome, it's heaven on earth. Because two things will happen. If it fails, you learn. At least you don't have hang-ups as well. And if it's successful, that is heaven. So it's up to you, but that's the hard part. And the last part is your spiritual side. The spiritual side is not necessarily, being religious. Being religious is a societal convention. That means your affiliation with a certain religion. I'm not talking about that. Because you could be spiritual without being affiliated to any religion. Unlike me. I'm not a religious person, but I believe there's someone higher than me. I believe someone is taking care of me. Someone is guiding me to the right path. And so that gives me confidence that everything will be okay. And my life is unfolding as it should be. And so that's why I feel that because before the quarantine, I don't think I am spiritual or something. It's like I have intuition, but not really, that doesn't make sense. But now it's like tapping into my spirituality. Spirituality is like, what is spirituality first? Well, it's like if you have a car, your spirituality is like your GPS. It's like your GPS because it makes like navigating easier, right? Well, if you're really a good driver, you know the route and everything. But for those people who are like, the equivalent of good drivers, that you always, you're level-headed, you're making decision correctly, you're not abusing anyone, you are a just person, you're a kind person. So that's a good driver because you are navigating through life very easy. You know how to go through your life with ease. But for those people like me who had trouble, because sometimes of so many things, you have trouble navigating life, it's good to have a GPS. And that GPS is your spirituality. It's like, this is like a nudging on your part to maybe you should not do those things, that kind of thing, like. And sometimes you don't listen to it, and then it happens, and it's like, oh my God, I'm in trouble. So those kind of things. So it's your spirituality is more like your intuition. It's like it's like you are tapping into the thing that is outside, things that you cannot see, but you think it's there and it's influencing you, and you're influencing it in a way because of the things that you do. So it's like your spirituality is like how, what, how are you going to use this GPS? For example, you selected some values, so it reflects your inner core values. I link that to my spirituality because it guides me. Like for example, I selected like being honest, and if I'm not honest, I should be able to correct myself because it's saying, oh, you are violating your one of your code. It's not good for you. So this is something like if you are violating something, you could catch yourself, and of course it's up to you to follow it or not, but it will keep you happy because you're following your code. And when you're following your code, it's like you feel good. It's simply like that, and you're in tune. It's, for example, as well is integrity. That's one thing. It's like without that, if you are with a group of people and you are just, you say you don't believe in integrity, so whatever they do, you will just follow. So if they do like cheating or stealing or hurting people, it's okay with you because it doesn't matter. You don't have that integrity. But if you have that integrity, you will be like, oh, wait. I'm not okay with that. I don't want to join in that. So sayonara, people. So it's just like that. It's just simple things like that, and you have to choose your own values. You have to to select your own. Maybe you could copy, but I'm not so sure if that will work for you. But if it works for you, well, try it. You know. But select something. I have selected at least 5 for me, and that is the one that I'm following. And of course, you're not perfect all the time. You make mistakes, but the thing is, if you're aware of this, you correct it. It's like that. It's like learning process. Anyway, if you make mistake, you violate it. It's like you will see the result anyway. No, you cannot see. You will not be able to see if you violate your own code because it's internal. So to summarize, if you take care of these 4 planes, you will be at peace. So the physical, the mental, the emotional, and the spiritual, if these are all in good shape, what you will have is peace. And that is priceless. Peace is priceless. I will have that than money, than anything, to be able to be at peace. Okay, to continue. We'll continue this later. Thank you.